Hey there. So you're thinking about bringing the magic of augmented reality to your next project with an ARCore developer. That's awesome. But where do you even begin with finding the right one? We've got you covered on this mini deep dive. We're going to tackle some of the biggest FAQs about hiring these digital wizards who can make your wildest AR dreams a reality. And don't worry, we're keeping it quick and concise, perfect for your busy schedule. Now, before we get started, if you want to skip all the research and get matched with the perfect developer for your needs, check out theperfectdeveloper.com. They've got this awesome tool called the 5 questions that can really streamline the whole process. Okay, let's dive in. First things first, what exactly is ARCore, and what makes it different from just building a regular app?
Good question. Imagine holding up your phone and suddenly you see a 3D dinosaur roaming around your living room. That's ARCore in action. It's Google's platform for building these incredible augmented reality experiences specifically for Android phones. ARCore lets developers tap into your phone's camera and sensors to make digital objects interact with the real world in a mind-blowing way.
Okay, so it's not just about creating cool graphics. It's about making them come to life in our physical space. That's where ARCore developers come in, right? They're like the architects of these mixed realities.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes them different from your typical app developer. They're not just coding an interface. They're creating experiences that blend the digital and physical seamlessly.
So it's a whole different skill set. What are some of the must-have technical skills that make an ARCore developer stand out?
Think of it this way. They need to be fluent in the languages of both the digital and physical worlds. You'll want to see experience with Unity or Unreal Engine on their resume. These are the industry standard tools for creating those immersive 3D environments.
So those are like the virtual building blocks for any AR experience.
You got it. And to manipulate those building blocks, they'll need to be masters of C# or C++ Lay, the coding languages that make those 3D worlds come alive.
Right. Those are the languages that tell the app how to behave. What about making sure that digital objects interact with the real world in a believable way? What skills come into play there?
That's where computer vision comes in. It's like giving the app a set of eyes so it can understand the physical environment. Depth perception, surface detection, light estimation. These are all crucial for making those digital objects look and move realistically within the real world.
So they need to be masters of perception, both human and computer. And of course, since we're talking about Android phones, I'm guessing good old-fashioned Android development skills are still essential.
Absolutely. Even with all the fancy AR stuff, they still need to be solid with Java or Kotlin, the core languages of Android development. Think of it as the foundation upon which all the AR magic is built.
Okay, so we've got the tech skills down. Let's talk money. What kind of salary range can you expect when hiring an ARCore developer? I imagine it's not cheap.
You're right. It's a specialized field, and that expertise comes at a price. The salary can vary depending on experience, location, and the complexity of your project, but you're probably looking at somewhere between $100,000 to $180,000 per year for a skilled developer in the U.S.
Wow, that's a significant investment. Are there any ways to potentially lower those costs?
There are. Looking outside of the major tech hubs like Silicon Valley can often be more budget-friendly. Countries like India or Ukraine have a growing pool of talented AR developers, and their rates can be significantly lower. Of course, there are other factors to consider with overseas hiring, like time zones and communication.
Right. It's about finding the right balance between cost and other logistical considerations.
Yeah.
I bet theperfectdeveloper.com can help navigate those tricky decisions, right?
Absolutely. They can match you with developers from all over the world, taking into account your budget, location preferences, and project needs. They really simplify the process of finding the right fit.
Okay, so we've covered what ARCore is, the key skills to look for, and even touched on salary and location. Now let's say you're ready to actually start the hiring process. What are your options? Do you go full-time, hire an agency, or is there another way?
That's the next big question, isn't it? Choosing the right hiring model is just as important as finding the right developer. It really boils down to your specific needs and the scope of your project.
So let's break it down. When would a full-time hire make the most sense?
A full-time ARCore developer is like adding a dedicated superhero to your team. It's a big commitment, but it's the best option if you've got ambitious, ongoing AR development plans. Think of it this way. If AR is going to be a core part of your product or service, having someone in-house, fully integrated with your team, is invaluable.
Right. They're not just building a one-off project. They're building the future of your company. But what if you've got a more limited project, maybe a shorter timeline or a specific feature you need to implement?
then an agency might be the perfect solution. It's like calling in a specialized strike team. They come in with a laser focus, a wide range of expertise, and can hit the ground running. It's a great way to get a project off the ground quickly, or inject some serious AR firepower without the long-term commitment.
So it's about weighing the pros and cons. Full-time for deep integration and long-term vision, agency for speed and specialized skills. Are there any other options worth considering?
Absolutely. There's a growing trend towards more flexible models like hiring on a part-time or contract basis. This can be a great way to tap into specialized skills for a specific phase of your project or to scale your team up or down as needed.
That makes sense. It gives you more flexibility and control over your resources. It sounds like there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. The beauty of the AR world is that it's constantly evolving. And the same goes for how we build these incredible experiences.
Okay, so we've got a good sense of the different hiring models. Now, what about the actual process of finding these talented developers? Where do we even start looking?
Well, the good news is that talented ARCore developers are out there. But you need to know where to find them.
Lead the way. Where are these hidden gems working?
Think of it like an exciting treasure hunt. And luckily, there are maps. Online platforms like LinkedIn, GitHub, and Stack Overflow are your best bets. These are the watering holes where developers hang out, showcase their skills, and connect with potential employers.
So those are our digital hunting grounds. But how do we make sure we stand out from the crowd and attract the best of the best? It's a competitive market out there.
You're absolutely right. And that's where strategy comes in, first and foremost. You need to craft a job description that sings.
Okay, so don't just list a bunch of technical jargon, right?
Exactly. Think about what would make a talented ARCore developer's heart skip a beat. Highlight the cool factor of your project, the innovative technology you're using, and the opportunity to make a real impact. Make it sound like an adventure they can't resist.
So appeal to their inner explorer, their passion for pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Precisely. And once you've got their attention, you need to back it up with a solid company culture and a commitment to their growth.
Right. It's not just about the project. It's about the whole package.
Exactly. Developers want to work in an environment where they feel valued, challenged, and supported. So showcase your company's commitment to professional development, work-life balance, and creating a positive and collaborative work environment.
So paint a picture of a workplace where they can thrive, not just survive.
You got it. And don't underestimate the power of being responsive and transparent throughout the hiring process. Keep those communication lines open. Answer questions promptly. And make them feel like a priority.
Treat them like the valuable assets they are.
Exactly. Remember, you're not just evaluating them, they're evaluating you as well. Now, once you've got a pool of promising candidates, how do you separate the AR masters from the apprentices?
Yeah. How do we really gauge their skills and see if they've got the right stuff?
This is where the rubber meets the road. Their portfolio is your best friend. Dive deep into their past projects, paying close attention to the complexity of the work, the creativity they've demonstrated, and how they've tackled technical challenges.
So it's not just about checking off the tech skills on a list. It's about seeing how they've applied those skills in the real world.
Precisely. And once you've narrowed down your list based on their portfolio, it's time for the real test, the interview.
Okay, interview time. What are some key things we should be focusing on during these conversations?
This is where you get to see how they think, how they problem solve, and how they communicate their ideas. On the technical side, dive into their understanding of ARCore's capabilities and limitations. Don't be afraid to get specific. Ask about motion tracking, environmental understanding, and light estimation, the core components of any AR experience.
So we're not just looking for textbook knowledge. We want to see if they can actually apply it.
Exactly. Present them with real-world challenges you've faced, or ask them to walk you through their approach to a particularly tricky problem they solved in a past project.
Give them a chance to show off their problem-solving skills. What about those all-important soft skills? How do we assess those during the interview?
You want to see if they can articulate their ideas clearly, if they're passionate about AR, and if they've got that collaborative spirit that's so crucial for working on complex projects.
So we're looking for someone who's not only technically brilliant, but also a great communicator and team player.
Right. AR development is a team sport, and you need someone who can thrive in that environment.
Okay, so we've found the one, the ARCore developer, who checks all the boxes, both technical and personal. How do we make sure we actually land this talented individual? It's a competitive market after all.
This is where you need to put your best foot forward and show them why your company is the place to be.
So what are our secret weapons for winning over this AR superstar?
Well, first, you need to be competitive with your compensation package. ARCore developers are in high demand, so make sure you're offering a salary and benefits that reflect their value.
So don't be stingy. Show them you're serious about investing in their talent.
Exactly. And remember, money isn't everything. Highlight the cool factor of the project itself. AR is a cutting-edge field, so play up the innovative nature of what you're building. Show them that this isn't just another job, it's a chance to be a part of something groundbreaking.
Appeal to their inner innovator, that desire to create something truly amazing.
Right. And make sure to emphasize your company culture. Developers want to work in an environment where they feel valued, challenged, and supported. Talk about your commitment to professional development, work-life balance, and the opportunities for growth within the organization.
So paint a picture of a workplace where they can thrive both professionally and personally.
Precisely. And one last tip, don't underestimate the power of a smooth and efficient hiring process. Respond to candidates promptly. Keep them informed. And make them feel like a priority.
Treat them with respect and show them you're serious about bringing them on board. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From understanding ARCore to attracting top talent. It's been quite a journey. Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Just this. Finding and hiring the right ARCore developer is an investment in the future of your company. Take the time to do it right, and you'll be well on your way to creating some truly amazing AR experiences. And if you need a little help along the way, you know where to go.
That's right. Head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and try out the 5 questions tool. It can help you streamline the process and find the perfect developer for your needs. All right, folks, that wraps up our mini deep dive into the world of hiring ARCore developers. Hopefully, you're feeling more confident and equipped to tackle this exciting challenge. Remember, this technology is transforming the way we interact with the world, and having the right people on your team is essential for success. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the world of augmented reality. Until next time.